48 years after Leatherface's killing binge in 1973, youthful business visionaries Toon and Dante, Song's sister Lila and Dante's better half Ruth travel to the neglected Texas town of Harlow to unload old properties to make a stylish, vigorously improved region. While examining an incapacitated shelter, the gathering finds it is as yet involved by an old lady called Ginny. At the point when she guarantees she has papers to demonstrate she actually claims the property, a contention breaks out, momentarily hindered by a quiet and transcending man from higher up. Ginny then implodes from a cardiovascular failure and is hurried to the medical clinic, joined by Ruth and the man. A financial backer, Catherine, alongside a gathering of possible purchasers, show up in Harlow on a huge transport, diverting Song and Dante. In the meantime, Lila starts up a relationship with a neighborhood repairman, Richter, and uncovers she was an overcomer of a school firing, leaving her frightened by firearms. Ginny kicks the bucket in transit to the medical clinic. Ruth texts Song before the man goes crazy and murders the officials driving the rescue vehicle, driving it to crash. At the point when Ruth rises and shines, she observes the man uncovered to be Leatherface, removing Ginny's face to wear as a veil. Ruth radios for help prior to being killed by Leatherface, who advances back to Harlow. During a property sell-off, Toon peruses Ruth's texts and gets ready to leave with Lila. Richter hears them discussing Ginny's passing and takes their keys, consenting to give them back once they give evidence they legitimately eliminated Ginny from her home. Song and Dante return to the shelter to track down them. Sally Hardesty, the last one standing of Leatherface's past killing binge and presently a fight-solidified Texas officer, learns of Ruth's assault and heads out to research. At the shelter, Song finds the papers and understands that Ginny was illegitimately removed. Leatherface shows up at the shelter and goes after Dante, damaging him. Toon stows away as Leatherface recovers his trimming tool from his room. A tempest hits Harlow as sunsets, and Catherine and Lila seek shelter on the transport with the purchasers. Dante staggers out of the halfway house, where he is found by Richter prior to draining to death. Richter enters the shelter and is gone after and killed by Leatherface. Song recovers the vehicle and transport keys from his body prior to escaping the house, rejoining with Lila. They get on the transport, sought after by Leatherface, who butchers every one individuals on board, including Catherine. Get away from the bloodletting and gone over Sally, who secures them in her vehicle prior to entering the shelter to defy Leatherface at last. She holds him at gunpoint, requesting he recollects the aggravation he incurred for her and her companions, yet is met by just quietness before Leatherface leaves. Leatherface then, at that point, goes after the sisters in Sally's vehicle, however they are saved by Sally, who shoots him. Sally gives Song the keys to drive away prior to chasing after Leatherface. Leatherface ambushes and lethally harms Sally. Toon hits Leatherface with Sally's vehicle prior to colliding with a close-by building. Song is caught, yet arranges Lila to take off. At the point when Leatherface shows up, Song apologizes for how they treated Ginny. As he moves in to assault, Lila endeavors to fire him, however her weapon is vacant. Sally shoots him, all things being equal, and he escapes. Prior to biting the dust, she urges Lila not to run as she will be everlastingly spooky by him as she was. Lila then, at that point, takes Sally's shotgun and seeks after Leatherface into an unwanted structure where she is trapped and gone after. Toon shows up and takes Leatherface's trimming tool prior to utilizing it to uppercut him, bumping him into a pool of water where he sinks to the base. They escape and Lila finds Sally's cap and puts it on prior to beginning the morning drive back home. In any case, Leatherface arises, still alive, and hauls Toon out of the vehicle prior to beheading her with his trimming tool. A sickened Lila looks as one self-driving vehicle removes her from Harlow. Leatherface moves in the road with his trimming tool and Toon's head. Leatherface advances toward the house where his unique slaughter occurred in 1974.